series RLC. In that we have seen the net EMF. What is the net EMF? Under root VR square plus VL minus VC whole square. And then Z is nothing but what? Impedance. The resistance offered by the combination of the components whatever we have taken. So Z is equals to under root R square plus XL minus XC whole square. That is a Z value we got. And also we got the phase difference. What is that? Tan phi is equals to VL minus VC by VR. Otherwise what I can say, even XL minus XC by R I can write. This is the tan phi we got. Then after that what we have discussed? We have discussed about the phasor diagram, that is here VR is there, above VL is there, below what is there? VC is there, that I have written above only, that is VL minus VC. This is the net EMF E net. And this is the phase angle phi we have seen, and then that tan phi is equals to VL minus VC by VR we got. And after that what else? What else we have discussed? That's it, huh? RL and then LC, that combination is very easy only. Whichever is absent in the circuit, you have to remove that and then you have to write the remaining things. And that in that also we got some as positive phase angle, negative phase angle, and then zero phase angle. Whenever you see the pure resistor circuit, what is the phase angle? Zero is the phase angle. Whenever you see the inductor and then resistor circuit, inductor resistor nothing but LR. LR nothing but where you will get the phi? Positive or negative? Positive only. Whenever you see the RC, then it will be negative. Why? Because the VC will be there in the below direction, downward direction. That is about the different circuits we have discussed. After that we have discussed the resonance. Yes, resonance. In resonance I said that when the resonance condition will come, XL is equals to XC. Whenever the inductor reactance is equals to the capacitive reactance. At that time we got the omega is equals to what we got? Under root 1 by under root LC. Then F is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. And also I said that whenever the XL is equals to XC, at that time the impedance will be minimum or maximum? Minimum. XL is equals to XC, right? This will become what here? 0. So that Z is equals to R. So that only we will get the Z as minimum. Z is minimum means current will be maximum. So always you have to remember that at the resonance frequency you will get the maximum current. In the case of electricity, in the case of sound you will get the maximum sound. Okay, at the resonance frequencies. And the resonance frequency already we got that Fr is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. And also we have seen the sharpness of the resonance curve also. Resonance curves we have seen, that is I and then omega graph we have drawn. In that we got for the different resistors, we got the graph like this. And then wherever the current is maximum in all the cases, that is which frequency here? Resonance frequency, that is omega R. Otherwise I can say that 2 pi F into R. You can take either frequency, otherwise angular frequency, anything is same only. So at the maximum current we will get the resonance frequency. And below the resonance frequency and then above the resonance frequency what happens? Current will get decreases. And also I have indicated the R values here. I guess this is R3 I have taken, R2 and then R1 I have taken. Tell me the relation between the R1, R2, R3. R1 less than, greater than, yes, R1 greater than, R2 greater than R3. Why? Because the current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Whichever the current is maximum, for that resistance will be minimum. In this one more concept will come, that is a Q factor, quality factor. So that based on the Q factor only we will decide the sharpness of the resonance curve. Okay, next one, write the Q factor. Q factor. Q factor. See that the Q factor is nothing but the ratio of voltage across either inductor or capacitor, anything, that divided by voltage across the resistor. Voltage across L or C divided by the voltage across the resistor. So that what I can write here? Q factor is equals to what is the formula? Voltage across the L nothing but what is that? VL by R nothing but VR we can take. Resistor means VR we can take. So here the Q factor is simply VL by VR. Now VL is nothing but what I can write? I can write I into XL, that divided by I into R, I into XL by I into R, I gets cancelled, then Q factor is equals to what I can write? XL by R. XL nothing but what? Inductive reactance, what I can write that as? Omega into L. So omega into L by R, omega nothing but what is the formula for us? 2 pi into F L by R. At which frequency we will get the Q factor nothing but we will get at the resonance frequency. This is a resonance frequency. Then 2 pi into, what is the FR formula? Resonance frequency formula is 1 by 2 pi into root LC into L divided by R. 2 pi gets cancelled here. Root L also gets cancelled with that. Then what is remaining here? Only 1 by R into root L by C. This is the Q factor. Quality factor, otherwise Q factor is equals to 1 by R into root L by C. And also now whenever you see in this formula, the Q factor is inversely proportional to the resistance. You are understanding or not? Q factor is inversely proportional to the resistance. For whichever the curve there is a more resistor, at that time what happens? At that the Q factor will be less for that. And also the Q factor is directly proportional to the sharpness. So how much sharp it is, that is just based on the Q factor value. The Q factor is inversely proportional to on which one? R. So that here whenever you see this graph, in the graph I said that R1 greater than R2 greater than R3. What I said? Q factor is inversely proportional to R. So that for which one Q factor is more here? R3 Q factor is more. See that here Q1 less than Q2 less than Q3 I can write. So Q1 less than Q2 less than Q3 nothing but Q is always directly proportional to the sharpness of the curve. By seeing itself we can say that, there is no need to calculate this much also. So here Q1 is less sharper obviously, first one is less sharper, second one is still little bit more sharper, and then third one is still more sharper. So that sharpness of the curve is directly proportional to the Q, and the Q is inversely proportional to the R. That is what we got from here. Clear? So that here the sharpness of the resonance curve is directly proportional to the Q factor, and which is inversely proportional to the resistance of the circuit whatever we have taken. So whichever the curve is having less resistance, that will have more Q factor. More Q factor means that is having more sharpness. So among these three resistance circuits, here R1, R2, R3, already we know that R3 is less. R3 is less nothing but R3 is less, then Q3 will be more. As the Q3 more, sharpness also more. So that only sharpness for the Q3 is more here. Clear? So I can give these numbers as 1, 2, 3 like that. Now R1 is greater. R1 is greater nothing but what I can say? Q1 is lesser. Q1 is lesser nothing but Q1 is having less sharpness. So only Q1 is having less sharpness and Q3 is having more sharpness. Clear? And also here we will get the half power frequencies. We know that as a bandwidth concept. So that also we will discuss. But here you just remember another formula of the Q factor is, that is omega R by delta omega. What is the omega R here? Resonance frequency, resonance angular frequency, that divided by delta omega nothing but that is a bandwidth, change in the frequency, otherwise that is a difference of the frequency, not change in the frequency exactly, difference of the frequencies. That frequencies will gives you half of the power, it will gives half power frequencies we say. So that we will discuss in the power concept, but Q factor another formula is this one. The omega R nothing but resonance frequency by bandwidth. I can even write this as FR by delta F also. Why FR by delta F? Omega is equals to what is the formula? 2 pi into FR, that divided by 2 pi into F2 minus F1. So only we got FR by delta F. Now here the main thing you have to remember is Q factor. In the Q factor the ratio of, what I said, the ratio of voltage across the inductor or capacitor. You can even take the capacitor here, you will get the same answer again finally. So voltage across the inductor or capacitor divided by the voltage of resistor. So VL otherwise VC by R. Then what happens from there? I can write either XC or XL by R. From that, what is the formula? We got nothing but we got the Q factor formula as 1 by R into root L by C. Why we have discussed this much of thing? Nothing but we have discussed for this concept. Q factor is directly proportional to the sharpness of the curve. So sharpness of the curve is directly proportional to Q factor, and then Q factor is inversely proportional to the resistance. For whichever the curve there is a more resistance, at that time what happens? Nothing but more resistance, less Q factor, less sharpness. So R1 is more, see that R1 is more, less Q factor, and then sharpness of the 1 is less. In the same way, for whichever the curve there is a more less resistance, at that time Q factor will be more, and also sharpness also more only. And also one more formula for the Q factor is the ratio of the resonance frequency to the bandwidth frequency. Resonance frequency means already we got that. Bandwidth frequency nothing but here in the power concept we will get that, we will discuss that in deeper. So here two frequencies will come. Let me take that is a omega 1 and then omega 2, where we will get the current equally as IRMS. IRMS you will get here. So here IRMS nothing but whenever you see this one and then this one having same current or not, this point and then this point are having same current, even this point and then this point also having the same current, but it is not equals to IRMS. IRMS, what is the formula for us? I naught by root 2. I naught by root 2 nothing but that is how many times of I naught? 0.707 times of I naught. So only at this point, at whichever the point the current is 0.70 times of I naught, at that point we are having two frequencies, omega 1 and then omega 2. The difference of those frequencies is known as a bandwidth frequency. So clearly what I can write here, omega 2 minus omega 1 is the bandwidth frequency here. At this point we will get the half power divided by 2 we will get, total power by 2 we will get. So that we will discuss in the power. So till here you understand, right? Q factor and sharpness of the resonance curve, write that, Q factor and sharpness. Q factor and sharpness of resonance curve. Q factor and sharpness of resonance curve, write directly. Write at yesterday's resonance curves, you write that. Sharpness of 3 greater than 2 greater than 1. Write this relation also. Yatish, ఏం కాకుండా ఇది కూడా తగో, బ్లూ కూడా తగో. Finished, huh? Yesterday I have given some problems, no? LC, RC given, huh? Write some problems. మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను. RC circuit last problem RC circuit RC 50 ohms 40 ohms adena. Next write a problem. In the given circuit calculate voltage across the inductor. In the given circuit calculate voltage across the inductor. In the given circuit calculate voltage across the inductor. VR is equals to 60 volts and VL you have to find, and the V is equals to 100 root 2 sin omega t. Find what is the answer? Otherwise, shall we do the problems in separate classes? Shall I finish the concept now? Power concept, yes? Yes, in the individual classes we will do that. Take the power concept we will discuss. Power, draw the circuit. Power, what is the power formula? V into I, right? Current into voltage we will take. So that the power P is equals to the voltage and then into the current. Here how to take the voltage and current in the AC? In AC circuit, how to take the voltage and then current? We have to take the instantaneous voltage and then instantaneous current first. Later on we will get the RMSs and all. Whenever they have given, at that time you have to take it as a RMS. So first of all, for doing the problem you have to take the instantaneous values of voltage. Generally, whenever they want to represent the current, like how they will represent I is equals to I naught sin omega t, and then V is equals to V naught sin omega t, like that. If the phase difference is there, at that time they will take omega t plus phi for everything, anything they can take. So that is about the way of doing the problems here, means they will give directly that values only. Here power is nothing but the voltage and then current. So which voltage we have to apply in the AC circuit? Which voltage in AC circuit? Alternating current voltage only, AC voltage only. That is how much? V naught sin of how much? Omega t. Then I is equals to I naught sin of omega t. If I take the RLC combination, at that time there will be a phase difference. I will take it as a omega t plus phi. And how much phase difference I don't know. What is the value of tan pi? Tan phi is equals to what we will get? VL minus VC by VR we will get. Based on that we will get the phi value. So here V is equals to V naught sin omega t and then I is equals to I naught sin omega t plus phi we got. Now in this I have to multiply them to get the power. Power is equals to V and then I, that is V naught sin omega t into I naught sin omega t plus phi. Observe properly, these are trigonometric calculations. So that I naught V naught into sin omega t into sin omega t plus phi. This one is in the form of sin A plus B. Sin of A plus B. You just forget about this one. First of all we have to do this. And then that is V naught I naught sin of omega t into this one I can write as what? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. That is the formula of sin A plus B. Sin A plus B is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. I am taking this one as A, this one as B. So that sin A cos B and then cos A and then sin B we have taken. Then after that, now what I am doing is I am sending the sin omega t inside. So that here first term what we will get? Sin square omega t cos phi and then plus sin omega t cos omega t sin phi. Everything is different only here in the second term. Now this is the power I got. Now for this power I wanted to do the average value. Average power I have to find out. For finding the average value, before that I will tell you one thing. The sin theta average value is how much for us? Average value of sin theta is how much? 0. Or cos theta also how much? 0 only. Here in the place of theta what we are having? Omega t. Omega t is there. And also here whenever you take the cos phi, is it depending on the time? Is it depending on, is this function is having any time value here? No, it is not depending on the time, that is just initial value from where the particle is starting. This phi indicates what? Initial phase only. Initial phase nothing but from where the oscillation is started, from where the motion is started. That is not varying with the time, that is depending on the person who is doing the experiment. For example, if I take the simple pendulum, I can either leave from the maximum value, otherwise I can oscillate from the mean value only. Anything that depends on me, it is not depending on the pendulum. So after once motion is started, then it is varying with respect to the time. So initial phase is not depending on the time. The function which is depending on the time is equals to average value is equals to how much? 0. So whenever I said already sin theta or sin omega t is 0 means you cannot say that immediately cos phi is equals to 0. That is not equals to 0. Why? What is the reason? Yes, the initial phase is not depending on the time. At time t is equals to how much? 0. Actually we are having the phase difference phi at what time? Time t is equals to 0. It is not depending on the time, it is not varying. When we will take the average value as 0, nothing but I said already for the I average and then E average, we will take for the first half cycle positive value plus 2 I naught by pi, for the next half cycle minus 2 I naught by pi. And for the DC value, what is the average? I said we got this kind of equation, that is I is equals to I naught plus I1 sin omega t. Do you remember that? This type of problem. So that I average is equals to, what is the answer you got? I naught plus how much? 0. Why we are getting like this? Nothing but I naught is DC. It is not depending on the time. Here also it is not depending on the time. You cannot say that the function which is not depending on the time, that's average value is 0. That is not 0. That why? Because that is not depending on the time. So whoever are depending on the time, they will change their direction. So net average value becomes how much? 0. But it is not depending on the time, it is there only on the positive axis. So how it can be 0? So that whichever the function is varying with respect to the time, varying with respect to time nothing but it is changing its direction and then magnitude with respect to the time. Whenever it is changing, first of all plus value you will get, next minus value you will get, total together becomes how much? 0. Whenever it is not changing with respect to time, it is just constant only. At that time average value will be what? Always positive only, whatever the value they have given. So only here also we got that I naught is DC and then I1 is what? AC here. So that I naught is not depending on the time, so only the average value of I naught is I naught only. But the average value of sin omega t is how much here? 0. Why? Because that is a sinusoidal function. It will have positive half cycle as well as the negative half cycle. So only here sin omega t and then cos omega t becomes 0. Average value of sin omega t cos omega t becomes 0. Why? Because this will have the positive value, negative value. Total together is equals to how much? 0. This one also will have positive as well as a negative value. Total again together is equals to how much? 0 only. But this is not depending on the time. That is a just a constant. So the average value of constant is not equals to 0. So this is just a constant independent of time. Now here also whenever I do the average power, so P bar is equals to this one, everything will take it as a average value. Then P bar, otherwise what I can write this one as P average is equals to V naught I naught. What is sin square omega t? Yes, very good, 1 by 2. The average value of sin square omega t is 1 by 2. Cos phi is as it is, there is no change. Here I naught is there, I naught. Cos phi is there, cos phi, whatever that might be. Okay. So that here cos phi I have taken as it is, plus this value is how much? 0. This value also 0. Then this is sin phi. Entirely becomes how much here? 0. Then P average is equals to what I can write? V naught I naught into cos phi divided by 2. That is the formula of P average. V naught I naught by V naught I naught into cos phi divided by 2. That is the P average. For the backside people writing again, P average is equals to V naught I naught cos phi divided by 2. That is what the answer we got. Clear? That is the P average we got. Now here whenever you see, can I divide this 2 as root 2 into root 2? 2 is equals to root 2 into root 2. I will write like that. Now P average is equals to V naught I naught is there, right? V naught I naught by root 2 into root 2. V naught by root 2, I naught by root 2, and also along with that what is there here? Cos phi is there. So this is what here? VRMS, very good, VRMS. This is what here? IRMS into cos phi. That is the average power we will take. VRMS and then IRMS into cos phi. And also here this indicates that the angle between the VRMS and then IRMS is equals to cos phi. Obviously, whenever you see the magnitude formula for us under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta indicates what here? Cos theta is nothing but the theta has the angle between a and b. Here also we are having VRMS, IRMS into cos phi. So phi is the angle between which here? VRMS and then IRMS. In that only we will get workful current, otherwise one more is wattless current. Wattless current and then wattful current, two types of currents will come. Based on that components only we will take that. Clear? This is about the power, average power is equals to VRMS, IRMS into cos phi. Listen again, fast I will do, listen properly. I have taken power is equals to voltage into current, AC voltage and then AC current. Obviously I have considered the RLC circuit here, so that only there will be a phase difference between the voltage and current. That phase difference I am taking as phi. Then P is equals to V into I, the V value is V naught sin omega t, I value is I naught sin omega t plus phi. Then whenever we multiply them, and before that I have done this one as sin A plus B formula, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B I have taken as it is, and after that I just send this one sin omega t inside, and after that we are finding the average power. For average power I have done average for all the values. Here one more important thing is sin omega t cos omega t becomes 0 average values. Why? Because that is depending on the time. Whoever is independent of time, their average value is not equals to 0. Here cos phi is independent of time. So that average value of cos phi is not equals to 0, as it is you have to write. That is like a constant only, that's it. That is like a constant value only. For example, we are starting the motion from 90 degrees. At that time this value becomes how much? 0. We are starting the motion from 0 degrees only. At that time this value becomes how much? 1. That is constant. However, we are not changing the value of average value of 1 is how much? 1 only again. That is what I have taken here. Then P average equals to V naught I naught cos phi by 2. This for the simple formula purpose I am taking this 2 as root 2 and then root 2, that is V naught by root 2 I naught by root 2, that is VRMS IRMS into cos phi we got. Clear? The phi is the angle between VRMS and IRMS. Copy that. Emma? Any doubt ayana? Finished, huh? Just copy till there only P average value. See that here watt-less current and then watt full current, otherwise work full current, work-less current, anything it can be. Now here in this formula we got P average equals to Vrms Irms into cos phi. Whenever I say A dot B is equals to what is the formula? AB cos theta. I say that theta is the angle between A and B. In the same way here Vrms Irms into cos phi. Here cos phi meaning is the angle between the Vrms and then Irms. So here I have taken the Vrms like this in the horizontal direction, and then obviously there is an angle between them, so only Irms I have taken in this direction. What is the angle between them? Phi is the angle. Now whenever I divide this I into two components, one is in this direction, what will get here? Cos phi, right? So that what I can get that as Irms cos phi. In this direction Irms sin phi. So this is already we were having the Vrms here. Now in our power formula Vrms Irms into cos phi, nothing but what it is doing, whenever I multiply them, I have taken all the components along one direction only. So Vrms Irms into cos phi, what I can say that one as a power P average. Is this current is giving anything? Irms sin phi, is there any power for that? Nothing. So that only we can call it as wattless current. Watt nothing but watt is a unit of power, powerless current. This is the powerful current. Okay, it is giving the power, so only that is a workful, otherwise wattful current. This one is a powerless, otherwise wattless, otherwise workless current. So here I have not done anything, simply I have taken the P average formula, that is Vrms Irms into cos phi. The phi is nothing but the angle between the Vrms and Irms. I have taken the Vrms along the positive x-axis, then Irms I have taken with some angle, obviously I have to take anywhere I can take either below, otherwise above, anything. But here positive angle only we got, so only positive I have taken. Then this Irms I am dividing into two components, one is horizontal and the other is vertical components. So horizontal component is what here? Irms cos phi. You just remember that as I cos theta only, I cos theta and then I sin theta. So Irms cos phi, Irms sin phi. Whenever you see the components along in this direction, we are having Vrms Irms cos phi. What is the Vrms Irms cos phi? Power, average power P. Then what about this one? Is this giving any power? No power, nothing. So only this is a wattless current. Clear? Huh? Yes sir. Draw that graph. Right as it is. ಏನೋ ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. 2 members. ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಏನೋ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಏನಲ್ಲಿ? ಸಿಂಧು ಸೋಫಾ ಏನಾನ ಬೇಕಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೋಫಾ ಏನಾನ ಬೆಡ್ ಏನಾನ ತಗೊಂಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ರೆಕ್ಲೈನರ್ ಚೇರ್ಸು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಥರ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ. ಡನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್? ಅಯ್ಯೋ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ bandwidth. Bandwidth means what will get bandwidth? You see that? Here I got the I and then F curve. Nothing but which curve that is? I and F. Current and then frequency, which curve? Resonance curve only, right? In resonance only we got this kind of graph, I and then F. Yes. So here we are saying the current is maximum at this particular point. So frequency related to this is what? Which frequency? At which frequency current will be maximum? Resonance frequency only, that is FR. Now I have this as a 1 I naught. Then in middle what I will have? Exactly at the half what I will have? 0.5. 0.5 I naught. If you go little bit above 0.6 I naught, then if I go little bit above what I will get? 0.7 I naught obviously. So that I am getting here 0.7 I naught. What does 0.7 I naught means? IRMS. 0.707 times of I naught. So this will be the IRMS here. Whenever I see the frequencies exactly at these points, let me take this frequency F1 and then this frequency I will take it as F2. F1 and then F2 I have taken. Now F1 and then F2 are giving the same current or different currents? Same current. Here also you can take F1 and then F2. They are also giving the same current. How much current? That is 0.5 I naught. Here these points are giving the current of 0.707 times of I naught. That is just IRMS only. These frequencies will take F1 and then F2. These frequencies are known as half power frequencies. Half power frequencies. What is the reason? What is the reason? Whenever I calculate the power here IRMS is equals to what will you get here? I naught by root 2. IRMS is equals to I naught by root 2. Whenever I calculate the power here, we will get exactly half of the power. So only we are getting the power formula is how much? V naught I naught cos phi by 2. Generally what you have to get power, nothing but what is the formula? V into I only. But I am getting divided by 2 or not? Whenever I am getting divided by 2, nothing but that is a just half power only. So these frequencies are giving the half power for us. Why? Because here IRMS, obviously voltage also how much? VRMS, IRMS and then VRMS. P is equals to VRMS and then IRMS. What is the VRMS formula? V naught by root 2, I naught by root 2. Then what will you get here? V naught I naught by 2 only. Nothing but how much power we are getting? Half power or full power? Half power exactly at these frequencies. So only these frequencies are known as a half power frequencies, and the difference between them, the delta F, that is F2 minus F1, is known as the bandwidth frequency. Just difference is known as the bandwidth. This is the bandwidth frequency, that is F2 minus F1. The Q factor formula, what I said, one more formula, the Q factor is FR by delta F. FR nothing but what? Resonance frequency divided by the difference of these frequencies. For example, if I have here 20 Hertz, 50 Hertz and then let me take 60 Hertz. Like this I have. So that what I can say, the Q factor formula is how much now? Q factor value is how much? 50 by 60 minus 20. Nothing but 5 by 4 is the Q factor value. Clear? That is how you will get. Now here the bandwidth is mainly the difference of the half power frequencies. Why we are getting that as half power? Nothing but whenever I calculate the current here, how much current I am having? IRMS. Whenever I calculate the power, power is equals to voltage into current. The voltage is VRMS. Current how much we are getting here? Obviously IRMS. So that VRMS into IRMS, nothing but V naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2 gives you how much? V naught I naught by 2. I have to get I have to get what? V into I. But how much I am getting here? V into I by 2. So at these frequencies I am getting the power as half. So only this F1 and F2 are known as a half power frequencies. The difference between them is known as what? Bandwidth here. and the Q factor is resonance frequency by bandwidth frequencies. And also here resonance frequency, how I identify this as the resonance frequency? Because the current here is maximum, sharpness of the resonance curve is maximum, Q factor also maximum, but the resistance is minimum. Why? Because the Q factor is inversely proportional to the R. What is the formula of the Q factor? Q is equals to 1 by R into what is that? Root L by C. You might be take that as the voltage of the inductor, otherwise it is a capacitor. The formula is same only, there is no change in the formula. If you want, you can check even that way also. So here the frequencies F1, F2 gives you exactly half of the power, so only that is known as the half power frequencies, and the difference between them is known as what? Bandwidth frequency. Clear? Copy that. Bandwidth. The difference of half power frequencies. The difference of half power frequencies. Difference of half power frequencies. ಬೇಕನ್ನು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಾ? ಈ ಬಾಬಾನಾ? ಓಯ್, he got scared, Baba. It's okay, cool. I'm there, no? People are getting excited. Edra Bedri, I'm writing that. Don't be shy, Harsha TG. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು? ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೆ. Finished? Next, LC oscillations. LC oscillations. తాగమంటావా? ఎందుకు? బా బిస్కెట్. Right? LC oscillations. For the theory it will be easy, only for the derivation you have to understand mainly this trigonometric function will be there here also. And by the way, the final answer is important for us, the energy stored. Until here whatever we got, everything is very very important. Whatever the LCR circuits and then RC, RLC, everything is important for objective. Even for this also, in this after this LC oscillations will be there. One more is choke coil will be there. Those are just theory concepts only. That was not at all necessary for the objective. But we will not take a chance, and then we will teach that, and then you have to listen that, and then you have to remember the options also. This one answers also. Clear? You have to solve the problems. However, but based on this, very very less problems will be there. Even on our materials also, very less. Means directly only one formula will be there. That is the charge formula. Another is one more formula is energy stored. Energy dissipated by the inductor. That is another formula. U is equals to, what is the inductor energy? Any idea about that? Half Li square. Half CV square is the energy stored in the capacitor. Half Kx square is the energy stored in the spring. Everything is half only. Half of the energy will be based as the power. This one power loss. So that here you have to remember that always the energy stored nothing but you will get half and then some value. Half CV square, half Li square, half Kx square, like that. So here the energy stored in the inductor is half Li square. We will derive for that energy stored. And here mainly the mechanism you have to understand is the capacitor is fully charged first. Whenever the capacitor is, I have just connected the fully charged capacitor with the inductor. Already yesterday briefly I discussed about the inductor. What inductor will do? Whenever the current is passing through the inductor, what it will do? It will give the EMF. It will give the EMF, and that current opposes the EMF. I said EMF is equals to minus L into di by dt. That minus concept is not necessary. You just remember that whenever the current flow is there in the coil, at that time there will be an EMF will be produced. That's enough. Whenever the current flow is there in the coil, any coil that might be, any inductor coil if I take, in that current flow is there, due to the circular motion of the current, what will be produced there? Magnetic field will be produced. Magnetic field means magnetic flux will be produced. Due to that magnetic flux, we will get a EMF. So that EMF E is equals to what we will get? L into di by dt. That's enough. Okay. Now in this, mainly I have connected the capacitor and then inductor. Capacitor is fully loaded. After that I have connected to the inductor, and then I close the switch here. Then what happens? Current flows from capacitor to inductor. So whenever the current is flowing from the capacitor to inductor, at that time in the inductor current is flowing means automatically what will be generated here? EMF will be generated, that is the VL. And then at that time what happens? This current is passing through the inductor and then there is a EMF generated, however, then after that the current is going to, here it is discharging from this side, and this current is again going back to the capacitor only, discharging and then charging. After charging again discharges, again charges, leaving from here, getting from here, that's it. So discharging, charging, discharging, charging, discharging, charging means that is what? Oscillation only. You are understanding or not? So that first of all I have taken something, I have something in my hand and then I have given to some other member. Otherwise I am just throwing a ball towards you. Then what happens? You will also throw the ball towards me. Nothing but I am discharging first. Then what happening? Again whenever you throw, at that time again I am getting charge, then discharge and then charge, discharge and then charged. Understanding or not? So that will be to and fro motion. What is that? Oscillation only. Clear? So that only here, based on the L and then C circuit, the current will oscillate between the capacitor and then inductor. Because in the capacitor, the current is getting discharged. From the inductor, it is getting again charged. So discharging, charging, discharging, charging means the current is oscillating in the LC circuit. So only that is known as the LC oscillations. You understand the mechanism, right? What happens? So here, the voltage across the inductor is VL. I have taken the voltage across the capacitor is VC. This is a closed loop or open loop? Closed loop. Kirchhoff voltage law states what? Sum of the voltages is equals to how much? 0. So here sum of the voltage nothing but one is VC, another is what? VL is equals to what I can say, that is 0. Now VC nothing but what is the formula for us? Yeah, what I into XC, that reactance and all will not be there here. Reactance, we are not discussing about any resistance here, any frequency also. We want to get finally the charge equation. For that only we are deriving. So for that, here Q is equals to what is the formula for us? C into V. Then V is equals to Q by C. So that this is Q by C, I will write this one later, and then this one VL is equals to, the voltage across the inductor is what? L into di by dt, that is equals to 0. Finally, I want to get entire equation in terms of only Q. So what I can do here? di by dt means what I can do that? Can I write I as dq by dt? You understanding or not? And also one more thing is, from the oscillations, one more important equation will be there. Whenever you see the d square x by dt square plus omega square into x is equals to 0. This is oscillations equation in the differential form. The solution of this equation is, that is yx is equals to a cos omega t plus phi. This is the standard equations in the SHM. In the SHM, the oscillation equation is the d square x by dt square plus omega square into x is equals to 0. The solution of this equation only we got the SHM equation, that is x is equals to a cos omega t plus phi. Otherwise, if I get d square y by dt square plus omega square into y, then y is equals to what? A sin omega t into sin omega t plus phi we will get. This is a standard SHM equation, and then this is a solution of this equation. So this is how we got the SHM equation, by the way. By this differential form only we got the SHM equation. Directly what we will do, nothing but we will write the SHM equation directly. So before that we got this equation, d square x by dt square plus omega square into x is equals to 0. Then the solution of this equation is x is equals to a cos omega t plus phi. Now motion is starting from where? Maximum, otherwise 0 na? Cos omega t plus phi, right? So that is starting from the maximum value. Now that is just to have the basic idea about that. Now here I am writing it as L into d by dt of I is equals to what I can write? dq by dt. So that dq by dt plus q by c is equals to 0. Then I am just dividing everything with L here. Dividing everything with L, then what will get here? d square q by dt square plus what will get here again here? q by LC is equals to 0. Now whenever I compare that equation and then this equation, I can write it as d square q by dt square plus, which is function here? X is the variable, right? So that I have to, there x is a variable, here what is the variable? Q is a variable. I will write q as it is. Before that, in the place of omega square, what I are having? 1 by LC. 1 by LC is equals to 0. Now this is in the form of SHM equation. The solution of this, you have to tell me that. The solution of this equation is what? Tell me. In the place of x, what you are having? Ellie? No, in the place of omega square, I am having 1 by LC. There is no change in that. You are understanding or not? Just you have to take the place only. Place of x, what we are having here? Q, d square q by dt square. In the place of omega square, what we are having? I am not comparing and then not writing from that equation. I am solving from here, by the way. I am comparing them, that's it. In the place of omega square, we are having 1 by LC. You can understand that later. So here, solution. Solution of this equation will be what? In the place of x is equals to q. Q is equals to a, nothing but what I can say? Q naught. There a is the amplitude. And then here q naught is the amplitude of the charge, maximum value of the charge, that is the maximum value of the displacement. And then q is equals to q naught cos of omega t plus phi. Okay, omega value I will write later. First of all, this is the basic equation we got. Generally, we will get the equation as what? I is equals to I naught cos omega t. In the same way, we got q is equals to q naught cos omega t plus phi. That is the equation we got. Now after that, whenever you compare that equation and then this equation, in the place of omega square, what I am having here? 1 by LC. So that omega is equals to what you will get? 1 by root LC. Then f is equals to how much you will get? 1 by 2 pi root LC. Okay. So this is the frequency in the LC oscillations. What is the resonance frequency formula for us? Same formula, different formula? Same formula, nothing but in the LC oscillation, we are getting how much current? Maximum current or minimum current? Maximum current, and the reactance will be minimum. Z will be how much here? Minimum. At the resonance frequency, I said that impedance is minimum, current will be maximum. So here listen again. Here LC oscillation nothing but whenever I have taken the capacitor and then inductor circuit, at that time current will be oscillating in between them. So here first of all I have connected fully loaded capacitor with inductor and then I close the switch. Then what happens, immediately the capacitor will starting the discharging. So it is discharging and then sending the current to the inductor and then current passing through the inductor, so that there is a voltage generated in that, and then the current is passing through the inductor and then going to the capacitor again. So first of all it was discharged, now it is charged, again it is fully charged. Then what it will do again, it will give the current to the inductor. Inductor will not store anything, inductor will just passes, capacitor will stores. You are understanding or not? So that here inductor is not storing anything, whatever it came in, current came from the capacitor is given by the inductor to the capacitor only again. Now here this is taking the current and then leaving, taking the current and then leaving, taking the current and then leaving. The capacitor is first of all discharging and then from here it is charging, discharging, charging, discharging, charging, means that is simply to and fro motion, that is a oscillation of the current. So that oscillation I have to prove that as a oscillation or not. So only I have proved in this way. Who is discharging here? Current nothing but who is moving? Charge only. Charge is doing the oscillation motion there. So from the capacitor charge is coming out, again it is entering into the capacitor, coming out and then entering into the capacitor. I said that circular motion is an example of what? SHM only again. Uniform circular motion, you have to compare with the SHM, like that I said. So here the capacitor is discharging the charge and then it is charging, discharging and then charging, means here we are doing hello sir, namaste, good morning, good morning. ఫస్ట్ బెంచ్లో కూర్చున్నావు, ఎలా నిద్ర వస్తుందా నీకు బాబు? మందు దాకా వచ్చావండి పొద్దున్నే. ಏನು ಶಿವು ಎಲ್ಲನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ MRPಗೆ? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ, ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೇರ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇವರು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರು ಆ ಥರ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ. ಹಾಂ ರೈಟ್, ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್? Yes, we are at MRP, but let's come out of MRP. Now here, what I was discussing, I didn't know. Yes, it was charging, right? Charging or discharging, charging and then discharging. So only the charge is coming out of the capacitor and then coming into the capacitor. So that which is doing the oscillation here? Charge, indirectly current only obviously. So that here charge is doing the oscillation, so only I proved this equation. I said that theoretically and then I proved it. Q is equals to Q naught cos omega t, means this is the equation of SHM. So here charge is doing the oscillations. For that purpose I have taken the KVL here in this loop. Sum of the voltages is equals to how much? 0. So that VC plus VL is equals to 0. VC is nothing but I can say that as a Q by C only. The Q is equals to CV. Q is equals to CV. Then V is equals to what I can say? Q by C. That is what Q by C I have written. Then VL is equals to L into di by dt. And then in the place of I, what I can write? dq by dt plus Q by C. And then I am just dividing with L both the sides. At that time d square Q by dt square plus Q by LC is equals to 0. Now I will write this in the form of oscillation equation, SHM equation. The SHM equation is d square x by dt square plus omega square into x is equals to 0. The solution of that is this one, x is equals to a cos omega t plus phi. Now this one I am just comparing with this. Here in the place of x we are having the q, in the place of omega square what I am having here? 1 by LC. That is what I have written. Solution of this is Q is equals to Q naught cos omega t plus phi. Okay, we got this is oscillation. So what I can say, the charge is oscillating between the capacitor and then inductor, discharging and then charging. After that, let's find out the frequency. I have taken here omega square. In the place of omega square what I have taken? 1 by LC. So omega square is equals to 1 by LC. Omega is equals to 1 by root LC we will get. Then F is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. This frequency is equals to exactly which frequency? Resonance frequency. At that frequency we will have the maximum current and then minimum impedance or minimum reactance. Clear? Right, that LC oscillations. capacitor. ಏನು ಶಿವು, ಲೋಡೆಡಾ ಅನ್ಲೋಡೆಡಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಅನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹೋಗಿ. ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಡೆಡ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ connected with the inductor fully loaded capacitor connected with the inductor discharges its charge as the current to the inductor and again gets charged by current from the inductor. Gets charged by current from the inductor. This process continues and the charge is oscillating between the capacitor and inductor. Copy that. Still choke coil transformer is there. We'll close it by tomorrow one class. It is easy enough. AC will be finished. Today I will do the problems in the afternoon classes. Then we'll start the semiconductors. On Saturday also I will take the class. ఎక్కడదా? ఇక్కడ అక్కర్లేదు, మనకు స్టాండర్డ్ ఫార్మాట్ ఇదే కదా. ಏನಂತ? ನೋ something you said. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಸ್ಕೆಟ್, ಈ ಬಿಸ್ಕೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ. have to do no, and finally we have to finish. Not only finishing, but you have to learn even. ಫಿನಿಶಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಥರ. ಅದು ಯುವರಾಜ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ, AC I will take within one class only. That's it. I will take all the formulas of RLC circuits and all. I will tell combination of circuits and then RMS, average, and then this directly there is no need to do the derivation, resonance, everything I will finish within half an hour only. And within again half an hour I will do the problems, 5-6 problems. Then AC is closed. Last week I chapters ಮಾಡಿದೀನಾ? How talented I am. Close that.